I was playing Bloxburg, and when my friend left, I was all alone. So I went out to look around and realized how terrifying it is. But I saw something and I was curious. Riding down the empty streets was worse than I imagined. Something about there being a stop sign, but no cars to need to stop for made me feel uneasy. But I found the place I was seeing. I ditched my bike and walked through the dark woods. I couldn't see a thing but the red lights, so I decided to jump in hopes to see something. When I did, my curiosity grew and I quickly walked towards it. I decided to explore the creepy house. I walked in and noticed a nice aroma, fresh pie. Although I was tempted, I didn't eat any. I saw some stairs and decided to have a look upstairs. It looked to be an open bedroom. I wondered if this TV would even work out here. The bathroom had a stool, so maybe it's a family. I checked out the bathroom and peered out the window. I could have sworn I saw the silhouette of someone in the trees, and it freaked me out. So I ran out of the house as fast as my feet allowed me to. I walked back through the woods and began to feel woozy and ill. But I got on my bike and started my journey back home to Mother's dinner. But he was there. I made it home without ever slowing down on my bike. I was happy to be back, but it was a little weird that all the lights were off. I went in and realized everyone must already be asleep. So I decided that even though I was panicked, I should get some rest. After turning the lights off, I ran to my room as fast as I could. Seeing the picture of me and my friends beside my lamp brought me a source of comfort. I turned on a happy show to calm myself down and tucked myself in. I woke up at some time during the night with the strangest feeling I've ever had. I still felt sickly, so I went to get a glass of water. I couldn't stop thinking about that thing I saw on the way home. I got my water and sat down, feeling dizzy. But then I heard something. It seemed fine until I realized that the noise I heard was the closet sliding shut. I decided to open the closet, but nothing was there. I felt something on my neck and goosebumps covered my body. It was nothing, and the phone started ringing.
Hey honey, we'll be home soon.
I freaked out and ran upstairs to my sister's room. She wasn't home either. I ran to my bedroom and forced myself to sleep, beginning to tear up. I woke up and everything in my room was normal. I smelled something coming from downstairs and went to check it out. Mom had made breakfast. I said good morning and ate, still feeling a bit scared from the previous night. I went to use the bathroom, but before I could, my dad warned that it was occupied. So I went to see my sister. Of course, she was watching Dream. I didn't bother her this time. Everything was normal. I felt so safe in my room. I hugged my friend's picture and decided to go riding again. No one responded when I announced I was leaving, but I assumed they were busy. I rode up to the highway, but no cars were out today. I got the idea to go to the beach, and I liked it. So I started my way there. It was awesome seeing my city being used again. I arrived at the beach and decided to go on the Ferris wheel. The waves sounded so happy mixed in with the wind. A weird feeling suddenly washed over me, and I saw him. I freaked out and contemplated jumping off the ride. But when I looked up, it was gone. We jumped off of the Ferris wheel as soon as we could, and we rode home. It must have taken us hours to get home, because it was dark. Mom was home watching the news. I told her I wasn't feeling well, and she asked me if she could give me anything. I told her no, and she just kept staring at me. I asked where Dad and Sis went, and she told me they went to the beach. I was confused, and Mom wouldn't blink. I asked my mom if she was sure that Dad and Sis went to the beach. All she said was wake up. I got off of the couch as she continued begging me to wake up. I began to cry and kept telling her that I was awake. I got scared as she started getting louder, and I ran. She followed me up the stairs, and I hid in my room. Although muffled, I still heard her telling me to wake up. She knocked on the door and I ignored her, too scared. She stopped and I peered out into the hall. She was gone. The sick feeling I had been trying to ignore was only getting worse. I thought that maybe taking a warm bath would be helpful, so I got the courage to go out. Mom was watching the news again. I got in the bath and relaxed as the water covered my body. I must have fallen asleep because I woke up with pruny hands and an uncomfortable feeling in my neck. I dried off and left, but Mom was there to greet me. She asked me why I took so long in the bath, and I shakily answered with I fell asleep. I told her I needed to get proper rest and went to my room. I woke up in my dark room and felt like going for a bike ride. I quietly creeped out of my room and down the hall to hear if my parents were awake. I heard nothing, so I assumed they were asleep and continued my way out. The bathroom light was on, but I dismissed it, eager to have some fun. We hopped on our bike and left our house. It was beautiful as we watched the sun come up. Seeing all of the neighbors out and about was so calming. We got a text on our phone of a lovely picture of us sleeping soundly in bed. But one half of us got very confused. Weren't we outside? Although one of us was confused, we continued on our bike ride. We rode up to the highway, happy to see so many cars driving around this time. We decided to drive alongside the cars and race them. We started approaching our favorite advertisement in the city, Ben's Ice Cream. We really wanted some ice cream, but we stuck with our plan to sit around the fire. It was very peaceful, and we all admired the sounds of fire crackling. We sat down, told stories, and relaxed for a while. It came time for dinner, and we were very hungry. So we got on our bike and started riding down to the supermarket. Looking out over our beautiful city was such an amazing feeling. Although it did start smelling like fire and gas recently, but we didn't mind. We waved at a kid on our way to the supermarket. She seemed scared. Then we got the bright idea to quickly swim with the fish. We jumped in and watched as the fish scattered. We got some water in our mouths, and it tasted weird, almost like it was toxic. We jumped out. The fish shouldn't be swimming in that either. We continued our way to get some food. One of us remembered this area and seeing something, but it was gone now. We got a shopping cart and got some things for dinner. We left the store after buying our favorite things. We put our stuff in the basket of the bike and began our way back home. The world was so pretty. We arrived home and went inside. The lights were off, but I turned them on. Mom was sitting in the dark. I said hello, but she didn't respond or do anything at all. I started to think. I felt so sick. I knew Mom hadn't been feeling well either. I wondered, wasn't I supposed to be in the basement?
Não acredito no que eu fiz! Eu não acredito no que eu fiz! Eu não acredito no que eu fiz! Mamãe vai ficar furiosa. Mas o que os olhos não veem, o coração não sente, né? Puxa, e agora? Ela vai sentir sim! Isso é tão legal! Eu sou uma péssima filha. Eu vou voltar. Eu não vou voltar nunca mais! Eu sou um ser humano horrível. O melhor dia da minha vida!
But if it was real, why was it so gorgeous outside? Confused, I went to look out the door. And I saw it. The world was gray. It looked exactly how they described it. I was in shock. Everything had hit me at once. I went inside and yelled so loud for my family. No one answered. In a panic, I began to search all throughout the house for my family. I thought I saw Mom watching her cooking show. I felt tears filling my eyes and the lump in my throat appearing. My heart dropped further and further into my stomach the more I searched, because each time I found no one. I was alone now. I could hardly breathe. I didn't know whether it was the panic I was in or the side effects. I rushed downstairs to quickly turn on the news. Realization settled in. It happened. There was nothing I could do. Everything was taken from me so easily. We had been nuked. I finally allowed myself to get the rest I truly needed. I closed my eyes and thought while I could. Why hadn't I listened? Why did I ignore my mom? What was left of the world? Am I too young? Who was I with outside? Why did it have to happen? It was all a hallucination.